Hey guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Ash Wednesday. It's 4 a.m. It's bright and early here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Let me just start off by saying this is kind of a stream of consciousness thing here. I don't rehearse this. I get a rough idea of what I'm going to talk about. A lot of times I'll start trying to memorize all the facts and numbers and names and regulations and laws, and I don't feel I make the best videos then. I really feel that I make the best videos when I just go with my heart and I talk like a regular person talking about what you guys are feeling. I try to find the story that I feel most strongly about. And I figure that's probably what most of the people watching me are also thinking about, what they feel most strongly about. When they see the title, they're going to be like, yeah, this is on my mind too. You know what I mean? And I don't try to come across as an expert on this stuff. Like when I talked about energy yesterday, I spent 2 or 3 hours researching wind turbines and all this other stuff. And it could take months to learn this stuff, or years. I'm glad to see today that I did get a lot of it right. That the grid in Texas isn't like anything else in the United States. That it's not regulated by the U.S. government, and that makes me think about Trump and his whole deregulation thing. That sometimes regulations are necessary because you have unscrupulous people starting up businesses to make a quick buck that have no business or no knowledge of what they're doing. And, you have, I don't know how many energy companies you have in Texas now that aren't regulated. And I think it's going to take a while to see the mess that started all this in Texas. Enough about that. So I got a letter yesterday. I paid my credit card bill. I'm rebuilding my credit. As you know, I've been clean and sober 14 years, and it's taken a long time to right all the wrongs that I did, all the mistakes I made with money and making amends, as we call it. And I believe it's the 7th step, making amends. And I'm working on my credit. So I make sure my credit is my credit card. I pay it as soon as I get that bill. I pay it out immediately. And let me see this. I'm 55, and I still don't have all that much trust in electronic payment. I'm slowly moving over in that direction, but I'm still doing a lot of paper payments or payments in person. I prefer just to go right to AT&T and pay my bill and stuff like that. So I get a notice yesterday telling me that, as you know, the mail is going. We're having the mail slow down a lot, so it would probably behoove you to go with electronic payments. And that was the gist of a letter I got along with my bill from the credit card company yesterday. And this wasn't the first time. I also got another letter, I think it was from my car insurance, that said the same thing. And I started looking into this and why Biden can't directly fire LaJoy. I'm trying to figure out what LaJoy is doing. As far as I could understand this, he's getting rid of one of the first class mail and making and joining up two of the I don't understand. To be honest with you guys, after a couple hours trying to figure out what exactly he's doing, I know these two things. That mail is going to be a lot slower and it's going to be a lot more expensive. Okay? Let's see. So how is that better? It's slower, it's less efficient, and it costs more. So what is this guy doing exactly besides screwing up our entire mail system? The more I read into it is that Biden would have to set up a committee, Democrat-leaning committee, to get rid of LaJoy, to vote him out. I'm still trying to understand how that all works. All right, so that being said, let's move on to something else. Fox News, one of my favorite topics of all time. And I start seeing the kickback from these 7 senators who I got to say, most of America, I think, has some hope when they see these 7 Republican senators that voted their conscience to do the right thing. We all know what happened. I'm not even going to get into it, but we all know what happened leading up to January 6th. And on January 6th, we all heard it. We all saw it. I'm not going to get into it. We all know what happened. These 7 Republican senators voted their conscience. And to see the people back home just flip out. I think it's in Pennsylvania, the Republican-led legislature to censure, who is it? Was it Toomey? That we didn't send him there to do the right thing. That's what the GOP back in Pennsylvania says of the senator that did the right thing. We didn't send him to Washington to vote his conscience. We didn't send him there to do the right thing. We sent him there to do what we wanted. What does that say? What does that say right there about Trump supporters? They're mad at this Republican senator, their senator, because he voted to impeach Donald Trump. And that's doing, in their own words, that's doing the right thing, voting his conscience. It's amazing what a little slip, it's not even a slip of the tongue, it's honesty. When honesty actually makes an appearance in some of these politicians' speech, when all of a sudden they slip and say something truthfully from the heart, and it shows their true nature. And then I want to talk about, I'm not going to mention the name, but one of these 7 senators got a letter from their family, a group letter from 32 cousins. I don't even think I have 32 cousins. If I added them all together, I'm thinking these guys have awfully large families. Anyway, and it's a letter from his family. This is another one of the senators that voted their conscience, that did the right thing. And they get a letter from their family basically disowning him. And I thought about this. It's like, I've told you guys before, my family are Trump supporters, but I would never turn my back on my family over any politician. And they feel the same way. Family comes before any politician ever. Family first. That's an absolute given with at least with my family. And they basically disown him. But I go on to read this letter. I'll put the link down below. It's in The Guardian, I believe. I'll have the link down below. And this letter is just amazing. It's a group letter to this senator who did the right thing, voted his conscience, voted to impeach Trump. And they are so embarrassed that he did the wrong thing to God, that Trump is a Christian. And they go on to say, about evil Democrats and the evil media and all this other stuff. And then, this is the most unbelievable part. They go on to talk about how that they no longer, that this senator no longer has the respect of the Fox News anchors. Yeah. This family is disowning the senator, their family, their own blood. Because he no longer has the respect of Sean Hannity, of Lou Dobbs. I don't know all the names of these people. Of Sean Hannity, Lou Dobbs, Tucker Carlson. And they named these guys. In the letter to their own family, their own kin. You'll be happy to know that you no longer share the respect of these Fox News anchors. Again, I'll have the link down below. This letter is unbelievable. They named the Fox News anchors by name. And they're basically disowning their own flesh and blood because he no longer has the respect of Sean Hannity. Wow. Oh, and I've made videos in the last couple of days, and they're a little, I've been making one video a day because I'm just so disheartened, at stuff like this, at this continuing cult of Trumpism just permeating our country, and it's never going to go away. It seems it's just anchoring itself like a bacteria in America. And it seems it's even worse at the grassroots level, where they shut off anything else except for Fox News, One America, and Newsmax. as evil, you know, the evil Democrats. I'll mention this one last thing. My last ex-girlfriend, as you know, was a Trump supporter, and she told me that too. She told me that I'm evil because I'm a Democrat, and that Donald Trump is a Christian. Wow. I made another video talking about the 7 deadly sins and Donald Trump. I'll have to dig that up. I'll have to do a search. The 7 deadly sins and Donald Trump, one of my videos. He should be the poster boy for the 7 deadly sins. Last thing I'll say, you guys have a good Ash Wednesday. I'll be back later with another video.